Hi, I'm Natasha. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell. So you know how you never know when something bad is going to happen to you. And then when it happens to you, you don't really know. You figure you're always struggling to figure out how you're going to go about it. But sit back. Today I'm going to share with you some of the magic that I used to overcome so far the worst moment of my life. So I'm raised by a single mom, and she's a known asthmatic case, right? Because she has been battling asthma her whole life, literally almost her whole life, right? So one evening, my mom fell sick. She came back from work and she wasn't feeling well. Her chest got heavy, and I thought, you know, probably this is one of her asthma episodes. We did the usual, get her inhaler quickly, cover her, open, get whatever she wants it, and then give it some time for her to stabilize. Unfortunately, that night, nothing worked, you people. Nothing worked. We had a rough night. So by morning, by the time it reached morning, my mom could barely stand, which is not usual. And I got so worried, contacted one of her doctors, and then he told us, you know what, you need to get her to a hospital first because this is not good. And it's yeah, I was like, emotions started weighing. It's like, I'm going to send you an ambulance, so prepare her. It will be there in the next few minutes to take you to the nearest hospital. So I know where all her medical documents are. I grabbed her insurance card. I got the ATM because we're going to the hospital, and when you're going to a hospital, you need money for these things. Fortunately, the insurance covers some of the things, and I had to know these things because you never know when you're going to need them. And then when the ambulance reached, you people, I don't have I think I have the worst. I don't really like being in an ambulance because all the time I've been in an ambulance, it's when the ambulance came, I got so emotional. But I remember I have to be strong and I have to be hopeful. We went to the hospital with my auntie, and my aunt was around, so she helped me. We took my mom to the hospital. Reached the hospital, they put her in on oxygen, and she started feeling better only when she's on oxygen. And oh god. So um and they ran some tests, and literally we were in the hospital for like the whole day. And we went there early in the morning. Then results came out like at 3 p.m. And they were showing that everything was like bad. They were bad, and they told us she has to be admitted immediately into the intensive care unit. And unfortunately, my mom was oxygen dependent. As every time they would remove the oxygen, she would she would die. So I communicate with the doctors again, and then because we had to get another hospital first, but this is a time where almost all hospitals are bad. I contacted, there's a lady who usually works on my mom's insurance. I contacted her, and then she helped to like check which hospital is available, which one could admit her. And so fortunately, the ambulance we got and the people who were there, these were good people. They were patient. As when we would go to this hospital and fail to get, they were patient with us. They would just move with us. They're like, they're not going to leave us until we finally get a hospital. Going from hospital after hospital after hospital. And to cut the long story short, you guys, we spent the whole night. the whole night, and I really mean it, the whole night, looking for a hospital because they were all full. So we're communicating with some other doctor friend of hers, and she told us, you know what? You need to get. I'm going to prescribe this medicine. Please buy this medicine and give it to her because we are wasting time. You need to give her this medicine because she has not taken any serious medication since she has been diagnosed. So we look for the medicine in the middle of the night, guys. It is 4 a.m. and we are looking for this drug. We are looking for this drug, looking for an open pharmacy. You guys, my mom told us, she asked us, she could barely talk, you people. But she asked us to take her back home, and I think it happens to be one of the best decisions that we ever made. So we came back home, and then the ambulance people helped us set her up. My mom is strong, so she bared to stay off the oxygen for a few hours until we could get more oxygen. I communicate with some of her workmate friends, yes, to let them know that she's not feeling well. So they helped us, and then they connected us with this company called Home Doctors Uganda. Yeah, they connected us. They came to check on her, and they helped us to get oxygen. The doctor there gave us a connection to these people that supply oxygen at home, and then they brought in the oxygen, put her on oxygen. Then we started treating her from home. Falling sick is easy. You fall sick overnight, but the healing process takes a long time. Yes, we got the doctor, the treatment was going on, and then he used to do regular checkups. So, in my mom was bedridden for like 2 months, but in the first month, I can swear each day that passed by, she got worse. She got worse. She got more complications. We had a lot of going back to the hospital, in, out. I cannot count how many times we were in an ambulance. I cannot count how many times I called for the ambulance. Then guess what? When things, you know, in bad South, there's a saying, when something bad happens to you, uh, every bad thing wants to come with every bad thing wants to happen along it. So my mom is here, she's now bedridden. She's not doing well. She's getting worse each and every day. On the other side, everyone at home is sick, one after the other. Like in that 1 week, when my mom fell sick, everyone else at home fell sick. This one, like today, my aunt fell sick, very ill. My sisters, literally the whole house fell sick except me. For some reason, I'm the only person who never fell sick. And there is no clear reason as to why I never fell sick. I never even got a sign or even a symptom. Nothing. All I was doing was taking those herbs we used to mix, we used to cook, ginger, lemon, garlic. I used to take it every I think every hour. I used to take a cup of those things because I was scared. I didn't want to fall sick because I was scared. People were very sick at home, and now here I am, the last man standing. Everybody else is damn sick. My mom being the most critical. My aunt was bad. She was very bad. She could also barely stand from her bed. Guys, everyone at home was sick. And now the financial bit starts hitting me. The insurance couldn't cover. You guys, Insurance couldn't help us because it was not covered. So now we have to use money. We have to use money, a lot of money, to treat human beings at home. I'm financially stressed. I don't know what to do. And then everyone at home, I'm literally doing my best for everyone to get back on their two feet. But for some reason, everyone is getting worse each and every day that goes by. I was so stressed. Now listen to me. Listen to me. Now this is the part where you really have to listen to me. If you can, get a book, a pen, and take notes, because now, it's very important to know your it could be your brother, your mother, your auntie, your loved one, right? Your husband, your wife, yes. So their passwords. Their passwords. It's very important to know their passwords, their bank details, their bank accounts, their bank details, their contracts, the contracts that they've signed, insurance, work contracts. It is very important to know their friends, eh? To know their friends that can, their friends, like when you open their WhatsApp, you scroll through their phone, it's at least, 10, 10 people that you know that you can call and let them know that, you know, this person is not doing well and you need help, right? Yeah, at least know their medical history. Yeah, know their medical history, because then there is also the other important documents like the birth certificate, those national ID numbers, right? Know where they keep them, because you never know. You never know. Just like I've said, you never know. Yes, also make appearances. Once in a while, make appearances at their workplace. Yeah, make appearances at their workplace, because when you make appearances at their workplace, some of their colleagues get to know you, and then when the time comes and you need their help, they can easily identify you and help you quickly. But when you don't make appearances at their workplace and their colleagues don't really know you, could it could be a bit difficult for you to actually get help from like their workplace, right? And yet you can actually get help from their workplace. Make friends, a few friends in the community. Say hello. Okay, you necessarily don't have to make them friends, but say hello to some, the pharmacist. At least make the pharmacist your friend. The shopkeeper, where you normally like get your groceries from, because I remember when my mom was sick, there's where we normally buy milk, bread, those milk and bread from. There's a shopkeeper around. When he heard that my mom was sick, he used to give. There's a time he gave us milk for free. He's like, oh, is that going to be enough? He gave us milk for free. He also gave us bread for free, because that was his way of extending his help to us, and it was very helpful. And yeah, I really felt very appreciated. Yes, then when the ambulances would get lost, okay, like what I mean is, when the ambulance would come to pick my mom, they directed them so fast to our home, because I would ask, tugenda wamsao. They would like show them, just go there. They stay down there. Everyone knew that my mom was sick, and then they would direct them so fast. Yeah, I think my mom is very loved in this community. And but it was a very important lesson that I learned. Then, oh my God, before I forget, get a border guy. Get a border guy. When you come to Uganda, make sure you get a border guy. Make a border guy your friend and be loyal to him, and he'll be loyal to you. Those humans are very important, because now we're looking at the time of cars can't move, curfew, what? I don't know where to get this. They always know where to get things from. They always know, I'll get it here, I'll get it there. And even if he doesn't, he will get it for you at whatever cost. And he might not charge you immediately. He'll charge you later. So when very important, Banangem, please get a border guy when you come to Uganda. Yeah. So those are just some of the things that I took note of during the time of crisis, and I believe if you get to know these things, you they will be of advantage to you when the time comes. Yeah. So back to our story. So when I was when financial stress came in, I wrote an email to my mom's workplace. I wrote the email as my mom. I wrote it as my mom. Like I used her password for the laptop, and then to access her work her work things. Yes. So I wrote the email as her and asked for a salary advance at her workplace. Yeah, of course, I told her about it, but she was sick. I was in charge. So I asked for a salary advance, and fortunately, it went through and we got the money. Then